Hello there and welcome to the Cork Hypnotherapy Clinic, Therapy House, 6 Tuckey Street, Cork City. My name is Dr. Joe Keeney. I'm not a medical doctor, rather I'm a doctor of clinical hypnotherapy and psychotherapy. I've over 25 years experience in clinical hypnosis. I'm a member of the Institute of Clinical Hypnotherapy and Psychotherapy, which is Ireland's largest and most ethical body, which is also a registering and certifying body dedicated to research and development in the field of understanding your mind, what it is, how it works, how to change the habit patterns such as smoking and personal problems. We in the Institute use one of the most successful stop-smoking therapeutic interventions in the world. The main reason why it is the most successful stop-smoking system in the world is because we in the Institute have researched all the literature on smoking cessation therapy. We formulate a system that works with most of the people all of the time. We have discovered that by utilizing the subconscious mind and trance hypnotherapy and combining traditional hypnopsychotherapy and subliminal suggestions and merging them with the new science of neurohypnosis techniques, we are satisfied that we have developed the most effective proven system of smoking cessation available anywhere in Ireland today. You've requested this tape because you want to become a non-smoker, and I know you are wondering how this smoking cessation method is going to help you to become smoke-free. And the purpose of this recording is to give you a better insight into hypnosis and to explain what it is, how you can benefit from it, and from the use of hypnosis in your daily life. Also to eliminate some of the myths and misconceptions about hypnosis and give you an actual experience of hypnosis trance state on side 2 of this recording. Basically, we want to give you all the information you'll ever need to become a permanent non-smoker. Side 2 of this tape is an actual hypnotic session for stress and anxiety reduction, which we usually sell for about €50 as one of our backup self-hypnosis sessions in the clinic in Cork. This is our way of spreading the good news that hypnosis works for good. You've heard a saying that knowledge is power, but knowledge is only powerful if you put this learning into action, and you've now taken the first action step by listening to this recording. Listening to this tape will give you a unique opportunity to learn why clinical hypnotherapy combined with the new science of neuro-linguistic program, also known as NLP, is one of the most successful methods for stopping the habit of smoking. Hypnotherapy is about changing lives for good. You're most likely listening to this recording because someone in the caring profession, such as a doctor, counsellor, psychotherapist, psychologist, nurse, or family member or friend, gave it to you as a gift because they simply want to help you improve the quality of your life. We present these gift packs to our clients so that you can obtain an introduction to the numerous applications of hypnotherapy and the methods used in our clinics to give you a present of a smoke-free life, the way we especially use neurohypnosis to give you an exceptional high success rate. This provides us with the ability to offer you knowledge and power in caring, healing atmosphere to make the changes you want to make for yourself. It's unfortunate people consulting with poorly trained therapists to stop smoking or lose weight may stop for a time and resume smoking or put on weight. That's why we're only interested in permanent change. This permanent change is only possible through our unique combination of modern hypnosis and hypnotherapy. This is why this unique combination is the most powerful and successful treatment for becoming a permanent non-smoker. Let's commence by describing what hypnosis is. Clinical hypnosis is the application of trance hypnosis for therapeutic purposes. Hypnosis is only a trance state like daydreaming. It's not a therapy in itself, rather the therapy is conducted in hypnosis, which we call hypnopsychotherapy. Clinical hypnotherapy is a profession like any other profession. I know you know how counseling operates, two people sitting opposite each other focusing on some problem or symptom for change. And if you see me in my office, that's exactly what you'll experience. Think of clinical hypnosis as a session is similar with your eyes closed and being very relaxed, which you, the client, are 100% in control and aware at all times. We're also going to explain how other methods of emotional change compare with the effectiveness of hypnosis and answer the most commonly asked questions. while you listen comfortably in your own surroundings, such as your car, your home, or on a Walkman. Regarding side number 2 of this tape, please note this side must never be listened to while driving or operating machinery or doing anything that requires your full attention or conscious awareness, because most people relax best with their eyes closed. And also the suggestions are designed for deep relaxation, which involves sitting or lying down with your eyes closed. This gift pack contains all the knowledge necessary to decide now to take control, and that hypnotherapy is the right thing for you to do. Even if it is not the approach you want to take, you can still gain a lot of benefits and profits from the advantages of lowering your stress and anxiety levels by repeated listening to side 2 of this recording. Clinic hypnosis is a proven science for conducting therapy. If you look at www.hypnosisera.com, you'll find thousands of ethical research articles on the subject. In fact, there are over 100,000 documented research papers on the subject of hypnosis conducted in prestigious universities all over the world. All modern-day counseling and therapy and psychology come from the research conducted on the hypnotic state. Since the British Medical Association and the American Medical Association, along with the Catholic Church and other established churches, approved the use of clinical hypnosis back in the 1950s, millions of people all over the world have found hypnosis to be an effective tool for change, to stop smoking, lose weight, cure fears and phobias, anxieties, depressions, panic attack, nervous problems, pain control, and a host of other personal problems caused by the subconscious mind. The word hypnosis comes from the Greek god hypnos, meaning sleep, which refers to a sleep of the nervous system and not the same sleep you experience at night in your bed. Clinical hypnosis is a profession, just like any other profession, and as a profession, the hypnotherapists who are correctly trained in the ICHP smoke-free intervention are getting incredible results and are pioneering this transforming smoking cessation therapy, and I'm going to explain to you why we are leading the way. Let us consider your mind for a moment and compare it to an iceberg in an ocean. It is 1/10 over the water and 9/10 under the water. It was Einstein who said that we only use 1% of our mind. And did you know that your mind is divided into 2 parts, the right brain and the left brain? That is the conscious and the unconscious mind. Research tells us the conscious mind is only capable of being aware of 5 ± 2 bits of information at any one time, while the subconscious mind is constantly busy processing and operating over 20 million bits of information every millisecond. It looks after every organ, every muscle, every nervous system, working 24 hours a day, looking after miles of arteries, veins and nervous systems. Your subconscious mind is so powerful, it gives you a new body every 9 months. There's not one cell in your body more than 9 months old. The only drawback with this miraculous mind is that it cannot think logically. It operates like a computer or a robot. It is designed that way so as to set you free to function without thinking of the automatic systems of the body. For example, if you were to think about making your heart beat or to walk or use your senses, you may forget, and you can imagine the disastrous consequences of forgetting how to breathe. That means your conscious mind is only aware of approximately 5 things right now, such as the sound of my voice, talking to you about being smoke-free. You might be thinking what it's like to be hypnotized. You might be aware of other feelings, of the chair beneath you. You might be thinking of what you have to do after listening to this recording, or the brightness or the darkness of the room you're in, or the decor, the furnishing, the color schemes, etc. And as you look around and think, you can realize that the minuscule conscious mind is only capable of 5 bits of information at any one time. However, the 9/10 of your mind, the submerged part, the unconscious part below the surface, your subconscious mind, can be compared to the hard drive of a computer, or a dynamo that directs your energy and thoughts, or an engine in a car, or an autopilot on a ship or a plane. It literally operates your life for you by running routine habit patterns. Just think for a moment of all the unconscious habits that your unconscious mind has created for you since your birth. Your breathing, the way you walk and talk, brush your teeth, smile, cry, the way you react to friends, family and fellow workers, the routines before bedtime, and why you sleep and dream for 1/3 of your life, the way you shave and put on your shoes. The list is endless. However, all these automatic functions of your unconscious mind are there for you 24/7. There was a time you didn't have the habit of driving a car or using a computer or typing or using a mobile phone or a knowledge of a foreign language, but you persisted and it became an automatic habit because the 1/10 of the mind above the water, the conscious mind, processed the information, the good habits, over and over and downloaded it into your hard drive, the automatic pilot, so that your unconscious mind has all the knowledge and power to switch on new automatic habit behavior patterns so that you become unconsciously competent where before you were consciously incompetent. For example, there was a time when you were learning how to drive consciously and found it difficult to master all the techniques, where today you drive automatically because you become unconsciously competent. That is why the habit of smoking is now automatic, because it's done unconsciously. Hence the familiar triggers for lighting up a cigarette. How many of you made New Year's resolutions to stop smoking or kick the evil weed for good? Did you also try to give up for Lent, and you're now back smoking 20, 30, 40 a day plus? What hypnotherapy does is quite simple. It enables us to communicate directly with the 9/10 of your subconscious mind that causes the automatic response habits of smoking. It enables us to program in new habit responses such as "you are smoke-free" and to deprogram the old negative habit responses. When the conscious mind learns new habit responses and repeated action such as driving a car or using a computer or riding a bicycle, and with each exposure to the new habit, the unconscious mind says, "Okay, that's easy, I'll do that for you," and it programs in new automatic habit responses. Now, some of these habits are excellent, such as brushing your teeth or driving with a safety belt on, or washing your hands in the bathroom and breathing correctly, or learning how to relax. Conversely, some of these habits become life-threatening, such as smoking, overeating, drinking to excess. You can try, and have probably tried, to change these unhealthy habits with your conscious willpower. The unconscious mind then reacts automatically to protect the habit it has created, because we human beings are controlled by automatic habit responses. You probably remember a time when you didn't smoke and how you developed the habit with your peer group when you were younger. Most people experiment in this way. However, you persisted and the habit became an automatic response. Therefore today, decades after your first cigarette, when you say, "I don't want to smoke," it's actually having the complete opposite effect, because it is creating pictures of you smoking in the imagination of your automatic subconscious mind. And the more you try not to smoke, the more you desire a cigarette. Now, in the Journal of Applied Psychology, Volume 77, Number 4, a meta-analysis compared the effectiveness of smoking cessation methods found that hypnosis was by far the most successful method of stopping smoking. This study involved 72,000 people involving 613 studies. And one of the interesting findings is that the research said that hypnosis was 7 times more powerful than a doctor telling you to stop smoking because they're damaging your health. Other behavior programs focus the client away from deprivation and towards the feeling of pride and pleasure or elation or being smoke-free, and this may account for some of their moderate degree of success. However, the relapse rate is fairly high because they haven't convinced the 9/10 subconscious mind of the strong feelings of euphoria and freedom of being smoke-free. Hypnotherapy is the most effective way to becoming a non-smoker. This is according to the research of the New Scientist, dated February 1993 by Chockingham and Schmidt. Their research was carried out on over 6,000 subjects, and the concluding evidence was that hypnosis is the most effective way of becoming smoke-free. The main reasons why hypnosis is so powerful in changing behavioral and symptoms and creating new automatic habit patterns is because hypnosis gives you direct access to the unconscious mind. hypnosis gives us the ability to communicate directly with the unconscious mind. Therefore, hypnosis cuts out all the conscious effort of trying to change consciously and opens the door to change by changing the hard drive of your brain where all habits are kept and activated. In other words, what the subconscious mind sees and believes it will achieve. In the words of Einstein, your imagination is a preview of life's coming attractions. Now, there are lots of myths and misconceptions about hypnosis, and at this point, let's dispel some of them. Did you know that hypnosis was the original and first medical procedure devised by man? There are actual historic records of sleep temples all over the ancient world going back to 5000 BC, where clients came along to those early hypnotherapy clinics and lay down, and the priest would administer suggestion prayers for healing. Hypnosis is the original mind-body therapy. It's a tool for healing, but like a surgeon's scalpel, it's as only good as the professional who uses it. Most people's misconceptions come from Hollywood or lay practitioners, or those who have not been correctly trained, or from stage shows or TV. You see, it's all a matter of contract. When people involve themselves in entertainment using hypnosis, they obviously do silly things because that's the contract between the stage hypnotist and the audience. It's simply a matter of entertainment. Now, we in the ICHP Institute have a code of ethics and standards which forbids us ever using hypnosis in an inappropriate manner. Therefore, the contract in the clinical setting is to use hypnosis to help you to easily do something that you do want to do, such as stop smoking or lose weight. Therefore, no one controls your mind except you, and we cannot make you do something that you don't want to do. Because every person has an innate talent for hypnosis. And I often tell my clients, don't expect to feel hypnotized, just expect to feel deeply relaxed. We are created for trance. People go into a trance for 8 hours while they are unaware they're sleeping. We all go in and out of trance all day long, and this relaxing state all day long. And when people ask, can I be hypnotized? I always tell them, you have a natural God-given ability to daydream, to go in and out of trance all day long and allow your mind to wander intensely on something you enjoy, such as reading a book or looking at a movie or listening to your favorite music. These are all natural states of trance hypnosis which we enjoy all day long. Another question is, does hypnosis have a distinctive feel to it? Now, there's no such thing as a hypnotized feeling, and people coming out of the hypnotic state in my clinic would often say at the end of the session, I didn't really realize how deeply relaxed I've been. And others on completion of the hypnotic session in our clinics might say, I was just lying there on the couch and just listening to your suggestions about being smoke-free or being 10 stone or whatever. I was just participating, which of course is the correct thing for you to do. This is the state we technically call alpha brain wave, which is a state of light to medium hypnosis. This state is very common and you are familiar with it. For example, you've been watching your favorite TV program and your team is playing and somebody wants your attention and you are so focused that you're unaware that they require your attention. Or you're driving your car and you suddenly realize, where have I been for the last 5 or 10 minutes? Now there's a symptom called highway hypnosis. That's when you're driving along in a spontaneous trance. In most cases, these drivers are far safer drivers because they are relaxed and can anticipate the correct decisions to make on their journey. Have you ever found yourself driving in a trance before at a red light and suddenly hear the beeping of horns reminding you that the light is now green and you should be on your way? The point I want to make is that hypnosis is perfectly safe providing it is conducted by a trained professional who are bound by a code of ethics and conduct of the highest order. That is why we tailored our programs specifically and so carefully. And your belief system, your ethics, your morals, your values would immediately alert you to suggestions contrary to your higher good. Another question I'm often asked in the hypnotherapy clinic is, will I remember it all afterwards? And I assure the clients that that is a myth. It would be pointless me giving you suggestions in trance if you could not remember it all afterwards. you need to understand that your unconscious mind is looking after you and all your interests 24 hours a day, even at night when you're drifting and dreaming. It'll be as if you are sitting in the chair with your eyes closed while in a deep relaxed state, aware of my voice throughout the session. Another frequently asked question is, what if I remain stuck in hypnosis? Now, as a hypnopsychotherapist, I've completed over 100,000 clinical inductions and probably the same again in teaching hypnosis. I've never come across one single case of anyone remaining stuck in hypnosis. In the hundreds of thousands of books and articles written on the subject, I've never encountered a single case of anyone who was unable to terminate the hypnotic state. For example, can you imagine someone saying that they sat down and closed their eyes to relax and listen to their favorite music or radio program or TV and they got stuck there? That's just not possible. Now, regarding the safety of hypnosis, I'd like to draw your attention to the following. The British government recently completed an 18-month study and investigation into hypnosis, and the UK government concluded that hypnosis was 100% safe. I don't think that the Catholic Church or the established mainline religions in the UK or the USA would give their seal of approval unless they were 100% satisfied that hypnosis is totally safe therapy. So now you know that hypnosis is totally safe. Since the British Medical Association and the American Medical Association and the mainline churches approved hypnosis in the 1950s, there has been thousands of scientific research papers in academic books written about hypnosis. For example, there was one study done by Dr. von Denneroth, MD, printed in the American Journal of Clinical Hypnosis in January 1968. The title of it was The Use of Hypnosis in 1,000 Cases of Tobacco Maniacs. There are three interesting points about the study. First of all, they didn't just test 50 or 100 people, they tested 1,000 people. Second, he followed up for a full 18 months. And thirdly, out of 1,000 smokers after 18 months, he found that with his method of hypnosis, that 94% had remained non-smokers. I've already mentioned earlier two other studies which prove conclusively that hypnosis is the most successful way to conduct smoking cessation therapy. These studies are extremely impressive. We have extracted the most successful approaches and uses and have improved upon them and modified them further so that their effectiveness is increasing, bringing permanent results. In the past 40 years, tremendous improvements have been made in the field of clinical hypnotherapy. We combine all the proven effective techniques. That is the reason why we have a very high success rate in just one session using the Institute's smoking cessation clinical system. Surprisingly high. In fact, you'd be surprised to know that one session, the success rate is in excess of 70 to 80%. Which is over 3 times higher than the government's requirements to license a new drug, which is why we can offer our clients a guarantee of additional backup sessions at a rate similar to a visit to a GP, which are rarely if ever required. In fact, ICHP gives every client a free backup hypnosis session on audio tape for reinforcement in the comfort of your own home on a daily basis for about a fortnight after your visit to the hypnotherapy clinic. We will program your subconscious mind in hypnosis in the clinic to respond to these free sessions so that you'll have more control in your life, feeling more calm and relaxed in control of your smoke-free life after you leave the clinic. So now you know that hypnosis works, and hypnosis works for you, and you know that now, and you'll gain benefits from using our smoking cessation system. We tell people all the time, our concerns are not that hypnosis is successful. Our major concern we have today for the safety of the general public is that your therapist is trained correctly and qualified and registered. The facts are there is abundant evidence to suggest that poorly trained, undertrained, and even untrained people who practice and call themselves hypnotherapists. Some go so far as to make exorbitant claims such as, we offer a lifetime guarantee to stop smoking. We offer a 100% success rate to stop smoking. We can stop you smoking in just 60 minutes. We guarantee a 95% stop smoking in 1 hour. I can change your life in 7 days. The question here isn't that hypnosis is very successful, because it is, with smoking cessation therapy. The question is, where's the research? Our research is open and transparent on hypnosisera.com. If their success rate sounds too good to be true, it probably is. There are no such things as guarantees in life, there are only opportunities. There's no such thing as a 100% success rate. However, there's hard evidence, hard scientific facts to back up our system that provides you with the opportunity to be smoke-free in just 1 session. You may be eager to know about our qualifications. We are registered with the Institute of Clinical Hypnotherapy and Psychotherapy, which is the largest governing body in Ireland for qualified hypnopsychotherapists, so that you can be assured in the knowledge that your ICHP hypnotherapist is qualified, trained and registered with a true national governing body, whose members are also recognized by the American Board of Hypnotherapy in the United Kingdom, and who have over 15,000 members worldwide combined. At this point, you may be curious and wondering, will hypnosis work for me? I hear you saying, well, hypnosis was very successful for all those who completed the stop smoking system, but will I be successful? Consider for a moment, would we offer you a free introductory tape, a free backup hypnosis reinforcement session on tape, and a guarantee of additional sessions if ever required at a ridiculously low rate of your GP consultation fee if we didn't think hypnosis would work for you? Let's recap for a moment and consider the 3 yes questions that require answering before making a decision to undertake any new medical or therapeutic procedure or intervention. The first yes is safety. Yes, hypnosis is safe. The second yes, does it work? Yes, hypnosis works. The third yes, will it work for everyone? Yes, hypnosis works for everyone. Before looking at some of the facts about smoking, you probably have asked yourself the question, why am I still smoking? Why am I going to die years before my time? Why am I damaging my health with every cigarette? Why am I burning up 3,000 to 4,000 euros each year? You now know about the major battle between the conscious thinking mind and the 9/10 robotic subconscious mind every time you try to stop smoking. The simple answer is people believe it's going to be difficult to stop smoking. The research tells us that people try to stop smoking several times before eventually being successful. And I know you've tried many times in the past, and I'd like to assure you it's easy to stop smoking with hypnosis. Hypnosis makes it easy to remain smoke-free. Hypnosis has worked for others and it works for you too. And this time you will be successful. Did you know that 30% of the population in Ireland smoke? 46% claim they do not enjoy smoking, and 60% of Irish smokers want to stop smoking. Half of all smokers try to stop, to give up in the last 2 years. 55% of smokers are women. 80% of those who stop smoking do so because of health reasons. 30 million people have stopped smoking in the United States alone. 10 million people have quit smoking in the United Kingdom. There are over 200 toxic substances have been identified in tobacco. 4,000 different chemicals contained in tobacco, 60 of which are cancer-causing. Smoking increases the chances of developing colon cancer by 40%. 12,000 people die of heart disease in Ireland each year. 21,000 new cases of cancer diagnosed in Ireland each year, 30% of which are caused by smoking. It's been estimated that over 50% of all smokers will die prematurely, and those under 45 probably have 5 times more heart attacks than their non-smoking counterparts. Therefore, health reasons are the primary motivation force for you to become smoke-free now. Obviously, there are other factors involved in becoming motivated to stop smoking, such as wasting money and time, and to get rid of that yucky feeling of being controlled by something inside yourself that seems outside your control. Now, how could you possibly save time by becoming smoke-free now? Firstly, it's been estimated that you could add between 5 to 7 years to your life by becoming smoke-free now. Secondly, it's been estimated that with the introduction of the smoking ban in the workplace and in the social settings, that the average smoker could spend up to 5 to 7 years of their lives just smoking. That's almost 7 wasted years smoking, an average of several packs a day over 20 years. Yes, it is possible to save up to 14 years by becoming smoke-free now, adding to your lifespan healthy, productive years. We have improved our smoking cessation system procedure so that it takes an investment of only 1 session instead of several sessions. Just imagine an investment of just 1 session and you could break the shackles of the smoking habit and be set free to enjoy an extra 14 years of health and vitality. Now we're focusing on the word investment. Let us assume that by becoming smoke-free is probably the greatest investment you'll ever make in your life, because if you don't invest in your health, then all the investments in the world cannot be enjoyed, nor can you invest in those possible extra 14 years. I've just mentioned the word investment 4 times because that's the bottom line in life, and let me explain. The 4 greatest investments that you'll ever make in your life are: 1. Your investment in your education and career path. 2. Your investment in your choice of partner and family. 3. Your investment in your home or dwelling. And 4. Your investment in your health, wealth, happiness, pension, self-development, emotional growth, spiritual life, etc. Now in Ireland in the 70s and 80s, people invested in houses for as little as £30,000, and 25 years or more later, these investments are paying dividends because these same properties are now worth in excess of €1 million. Most smokers who pick up the phone and make an appointment and who we see in our clinic smoke an average of 30 cigarettes a day. That's about plus €10 a day, which adds up to approximately €3,640 per year. That's €15,000 in 4 years. And the average smoker spends over €164,000 in a lifetime. Imagine for a moment if you had €300 in your hand to invest and put it in a bank or building society. The maximum return for your investment is probably 5%, which works out at approximately €15. Now, if you invest €300 in yourself by stopping smoking, you make a 100% return in just under a month. Would you believe that if you invested the same amount in yourself, you could get a 1,000% return in just 1 year, simply by stopping smoking now, on the savings you make by becoming smoke-free? It's difficult to imagine a guarantee of 1,000% tax-free investment for only €300 a year for the rest of your days. I know if the Minister for Finance would invent a scheme whereby everyone would get such a return year after year, everyone would do it, wouldn't they? And that's why becoming smoke-free is the best investment you'll ever make in your life. Now, we use €300 as a figure because that's the average cost of a stop smoking hypnotherapy session. Some charge less than €100, usually the newly qualified or underqualified. Some charge over €1,000, which would still be a great investment, but the average is around €300. One thing that is interesting is that no one offers a guarantee of additional backup sessions at your GP rate. No one offers you a free backup service of a smoking cessation session so that you can reinforce the therapy in the comfort of your own home. So let's recap. We now know that hypnosis is safe. We now know that hypnosis makes it easy to change habits. We now know that hypnosis works, and we now know that hypnosis will work for you. Now, to summarize some of the points thus far, you know that hypnosis makes it easy to become smoke-free. You now know you have a guarantee of a backup support. You now know that we got a very high success rate in just one session. You now know that hypnosis is safe. You now know that hypnosis and smoking cessation has a solid scientific foundation and research behind it, and that it works. And we know that hypnosis will work for you. Now, all of you smokers listening to me out there, listening to me in my clinic, who are considering using hypnosis to stop smoking, let's look at the alternatives. Perhaps the only other alternative is nicotine replacement therapy, which includes patches, chewing gums, and inhalers. The contraindications include nightmares, sleep disturbances, skin damage, and irritations and rashes, nausea, and indigestion. The next alternative is drugs, such as Zyban, and according to the NHS in the UK, medical records that it is totally ineffective unless combined with other psychological interventions. And when Zyban is used in a combination with other medications, it can have disastrous consequences, because a report published by Glaxo Wellcome stated that 1 in 1,000 people taking Zyban could experience convulsions leading to death. Now, the largest study ever conducted into how people gave up smoking concluded that hypnosis was the most effective way of giving up smoking, and I quote directly from a study of the highly respected New Scientist journal in 1992. The research combined more than 600 studies involving 72,000 people worldwide, concluded that hypnosis was the most effective way to stop smoking. Now, for any medication to be licensed, it must do better than placebo, which is 30% effective. I've already mentioned that hypnosis has been shown to be 3 times more effective, and the least effective according to this study was nicotine replacement therapy, which was a little more than 10%. Also, only 6% gave up smoking because of advice from GPs. Now, those of you who are GPs, are working in the caring profession, what do you do with the remaining 94%? I'd ask you to consider contacting us in the Institute and in the clinic, because we're currently building a GP referral network. Also in this report, the director of ASH said he was surprised by the high success rate of hypnosis, and also the chairman of the British Society of Medical and Dental Hypnosis confirmed the very high success rate from a single session. Believe it or not, there's never been a documented case of harm to anyone using hypnosis in an ethical clinical manner by trained professionals, and there's no known side effects from using hypnosis ethically. In fact, the reverse is true. All the side effects are very positive and life-enhancing, such as stress reduction, memory improvement, and increase in self-esteem. As I said at the beginning, knowledge is power, and you now have all the knowledge you need to make a decision to become smoke-free now. We trust you've enjoyed this presentation and found it educational and knowledgeable. If you want to find out more about booking an appointment or to speak to us, just give us a call. Simply phone the telephone number printed on the cassette. Thank you for listening, and I look forward to spending time with you again soon.